Well, hi everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm so happy you stopped by. So the folks at CoquusAid Knife Company sent me a block of knives to review, and it so happens I can really use a new knife set. I have these mismatched knives that I've collected over the years, and even though I sharpen them, they're not really good. A lot of them are ceramic, and if you have a ceramic coated knife, every time you sharpen it, a little piece of ceramic comes off. And after a while, they're just not good anymore after a couple years. So I cannot wait to try this one out. It is a 15-piece knife set, and it comes in this beautiful wooden butcher block, and it's a nice weight. And like I said, it's a 15-piece set. It comes with these really nice kitchen shears with a protector. It's really smooth the way they open. And it also has a bottle opener, which is kind of handy to have. And then, and all of this was packed really, really well. And then all of the knives came in this one box. So what I'll do is I will take one each out. I can't talk. I will take each one out and describe what it is for, and we'll go from there. So let's start by unwrapping our steak knives. They came really well packaged. They have that little tip on the end so you don't cut yourself. And these are a really nice weight. And as you see, they're full tang, triple riveted. So that handle is not coming off. And if you set it on the table, it won't touch the table, which is really nice and hygienic. It had a really nice weight to it. So, and then it's got the little marking on the end. And then I put my kitchen shears in there. Now here is the paring knife. And this is good for small jobs that you may have. And then here is the utility knife. This is a 5-inch utility knife. You can use this for all kinds of things too. Here is our sharpening steel. And there are instructions on how to sharpen the knife that you get. All right, and then here is our slicing knife. So that looks really nice. And this is the Santoku knife. It's a Japanese style knife. It always usually has those little divots in there to help you cut easier. And you can use this for a variety of things, just like you would use a chef's knife. And now this is one I'm really excited to try, the bread knife or the serrated knife. My bread knife is absolutely horrible. And then this is your 8-inch chef's knife. This is going to be your workhorse in the kitchen. You're going to use this for all kinds of chopping, slicing, dicing. Again, it has the embossing on the end. And it fits perfectly all together like this. It doesn't take up too much counter space. I think it looks really nice. And then it comes with this instruction booklet on, what's included, how to care for it, how to sharpen your knives. It tells you a description of each one, how to care for them. And it has a free 1-year extended warranty if anything happens. See, these are my old knives, these ceramic knives. And like I said, the edges, they start to peel off every time you try to sharpen them. Now, I just made some homemade sourdough bread. You guys, I'm going to have a recipe coming soon on how you can make your own sourdough bread. But I want to show you my old knife and what a lousy job it does. I mean, it is so hard to get through that bread. And this bread is soft. So, not a good job at all. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the good bread knife. I mean, it did okay, but nothing like this one. Okay, now watch this. It just cuts through there, no problem. It wasn't pulling the bread, it wasn't dragging it. It was super sharp. I am going to be loving this bread knife for sure. Now, the true test of a sharp knife is to try to cut a tomato. So we are going to use our utility knife and try to cut this tomato. It just went through like butter. Now, if this was a dull knife, it would not go through. You'd have to poke the end of it to try to get it started, but you do not have to do that with these knives, and you can get it paper thin. I was super impressed with how well it did with the tomatoes. Now, you could also use a serrated knife for the tomatoes or any kind of soft food that you might be doing. Okay, now here I have an apple, and I'm going to try out the little paring knife. Now, be careful when you do this. I've been doing this for 45 years. So if you're not used to cutting this way, don't do it because you can cut your hand. But my grandma taught me how to do this, and I always do this with potatoes and apples and whatnot. But again, this knife was super sharp. It made really thin slices. It was really easy to use. So great job on that. Now I'm going to use my chef's knife and I'm going to chop up some green onions because we're going to make my favorite cranberry almond chicken salad. It's so good. Now you guys hold your knife like this. Don't hold it at the bottom. Put your thumb on one side, your forefinger on the other, and then kind of curl your other fingers back when you're cutting so you do not chop one of your fingers because that wouldn't be good. So it did a great job with the onions, no problem at all. Super impressed with this knife. And it felt really good in my hand. It was nicely balanced and had a good weight to it. And now I'm going to be using the Santoku knife to chop some celery for the chicken salad. And again, like butter, super easy. Not a problem at all. So I got my celery all chopped. And then I ate half the apple and then I'm chopping the rest for our salad. Apple is really good in chicken salad. I know it sounds weird, but it's really good. Now I have a bunch of rotisserie chicken that I need to use, so that's why I'm making this chicken salad. So we are chopping that with our chef's knife. It worked so well. It just went straight through it. I didn't have to press hard or anything. So I am just cubing this up for our chicken salad. And then, so we have this diced apple, the diced celery, the sliced green onion, and our chicken. And I'll put the measurements, approximate measurements in the description box. And now, the secret, the dried cranberries and the sliced almonds. And then I keep it simple. I just use some Duke's mayonnaise, some honey mustard, and some salt-free seasoning blend. And that is really all you need. So I'm just dumping everything in there. And I love this chicken salad. Whole Foods has sort of a version of this, but it's $17.99 a pound. So let's just make our own. And then just, if you like it more mayonnaise or less, you can just adjust it. I love this Mrs. Dash. It has 17 different spices in there. And it really does have like a salty taste, so you don't need to add salt. And this is what it looks like. It's so good with all those different textures and the sweetness. And now I'm going to put that in a container and Chris will have his lunch for a few days. Okay guys, so my final thoughts on these knives. I absolutely love them. 5 out of 5 stars. They are just so well made and they are so sharp. Now, just to let you know, they are not dishwasher safe. You should never ever put your knives in the dishwasher anyway. So always hand wash them. Make sure they're super dry when you put them back so they don't get any rust on them, even though they are, high carbon stainless steel. And the best part about this is the price. So They were normally $99, right? On sale for $79, but I have a coupon code in the description box for 20% off of that. So basically, you are paying about $63 for all of these knives and the scissors. So I can't think of a better deal. If you need new knives, they're so important because if you have dull, crappy knives, you don't even feel like cooking and you're more likely to cut yourself. So if you need any knives, I highly recommend these. So thank you so much for sticking around. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and we will see you in the next video. Bye everybody.